joined by Phil Vassar. Welcome.
What's up, my brother? How are you doing?
Well, this is quite a year for you, because this is not going to be your only visit over here, is it?
That's right. We're coming back in June, and maybe again. We don't know yet, but we're working on trying to get back even maybe in the fall.
Well, people will know you from your songs, but also you've written so many for other people as well. How did you decide that you liked writing songs? What was going on?
You know what? It was. I came to Nashville just as a songwriter, and you know, I tried to get a record deal with all these songs, and I met Garth and Kenny Chesney and McGraw and everybody else, and Joe D and everybody. So I kind of came up together, but I was a piano player, and everybody thought, well, you know, that's not going to work in our town. So I just ended up, I said, well, look, you take this, and they started cutting my songs, and lo and behold, I started having hits. So it was really good, and then that sort of elevated my profile as well.
You've got quite a back catalogue of songs that you've written. Does this mean sometimes you're driving down the road, you put the radio on, and you're like, hey, that's one of mine?
Yeah, it's not a bad feeling. It's good to make money when you're just driving in the car, but it's fun just to hear, you know, somebody else do your songs, and you know, you never really get tired of that, I don't think.
But there's always been a performer in you as well.
Well, we always did. You know, we had a band as kids and played, and you know, the songwriting thing, it's just something I just lucked into, I think, you know, and I started writing songs, a lot of bad ones, and then progressively they got better, and so, you know, now we're doing pretty good. It's not bad.
So when you're coming over here and you're playing a couple of times at the Country to Country Festival, something old, something new, bit of all sorts?
You know, we're doing, you know, a little bit of everything, you know, of course, and you know, a lot of the folks don't know any of my music at all, so I don't know if they'll recognize some of the hits or not, and you know, it's just a whole completely different market here. You know, of course, it's you know, in the States, it's very radio single driven, and you know, I think a lot of the folks here are a little bit more aficionados of music. They listen to your whole album, you know, like we all used to do, and that's really a breath of fresh air to us, I think. And so we're excited about doing all kinds of things.
Well, we'll certainly take whatever we can get over here with country music, though it is growing fast, which is nice. There's a whole world while you're in the UK.
We're everywhere, really, and we're coming back. Of course, we'll be in Munich and Milan and back in Manchester and Ireland this summer, but been to Australia and the Caribbean. We've played just about everywhere, except I was thinking like Japan or something. We haven't really played there or China yet, but you know, maybe when we start seeing those guys wear cowboy hats, then we'll head that way too. It's a big market, right?
And how do the audiences differ around the world?
They're very different. I think, you know, here I think audiences are way more into hearing your songs and listening to your lyrics, and you know, the States are different. I mean, we have a lot of different venues we play in. We call listening rooms, which is probably what is more like here, and then we have a lot of venues that are just arenas like this, and everybody's standing up and screaming and yelling and drinking and everything else. It's more like a party, and you're just kind of the jukebox. But so, I mean, I think audiences definitely differ, and you know, as you get to the Caribbean or something like that, and even Australia, they're kind of wild.
Do we need to be wilder in the UK?
No, I like it. I think wild is good sometimes, and not wild is good sometimes too. So I'm interested to see what the crowds are like, and you know, as we've done it before. Of course, we played Bush Hall, and what was it called? The Borderline. We played that. That was a lot of fun. I think it was interesting to me because I had absolutely no expectations whatsoever, and folks knew the songs, which really amazed me.
The song of yours we get the biggest reaction to is Just Another Day in Paradise.
Cool, yeah.
Are you able to tell us just a little bit about the history of that song?
It's my life, really. I think what happened was, I mean, it was just kind of an everyday. It was one of those songs where I was running through the kitchen, and it was in a rush, and I never forget, my washing machine had flooded my kitchen as I was running to open the door because somebody was there at the door delivering something, and I was like, oh my God, you know, there's 3 inches of water in my kitchen, and it was just like a chaotic thing, and I was just all frazzled, and I just sat there and I just started laughing, really, kind of, because it's all you could do on some days like that. And then, you know, I kept thinking about how lucky I was, and you know, and had people around me that I love very much. So it was just another day in paradise. I just kind of laughed, and it was a big song for me.
So when people have heard that song and they thought, I like this guy's music, I need to hear some more, what of your more recent material would you point people towards?
We've put out several things, you know, and you know, Love's Alive and Don't Miss Your Life is another song that a lot of folks seem to gravitate toward because it's a really meaningful thing, and you know. But we have an entire new record that's done and we're ready to put out this year. So hopefully that's going to come out by the time we get back over here in June.
Make sure it's on UK release as well, because otherwise it's a long journey to go and get stuff. So
Really?
June, you're over for the Buckle and Boots Festival.
That's right.
So that's an outdoor thing. So I guess quite a different scenario to what you're doing here.
Outdoors is great. I mean, I love the festivals outdoors over here. It's, the weather's so nice. It's not, we do a lot of festivals in the States where it's 100 degrees in the middle of the desert in Phoenix. We played 115 degrees one time. It was July 4th, and it was so hot. I mean, I'll never forget it. I just remember going, I think I'm in an oven.
Fantastic. Well, we're going to keep playing your stuff, and we'll see you again in June for the Buckle and Boots.
Thanks, Chris. Good to see you, buddy. Good to see you, man.
The UK's country station. Chris Country.